So we are here at the final day of Global Aesthetics Conference in Miami, and a lot's happened so far. So I just kind of wanted to talk to Ramzi Asheh.
You got it. You got it.
About what you've learned, kind of how your experience has been here. So let's just start off with the talks themselves. Is there anything that you've been excited to learn about?
Yeah, so at these conferences, there's always a lot of stuff to learn. And what I found to be most interesting this time is there's really good talks from some oculoplastic surgeons. So with some ideas about therapies that you can do around the eye with either fillers or lasers to kind of rejuvenate the aging kind of eye area. Because that's one of the areas that I haven't focused so much on previously, but I learned a lot of really interesting techniques and tricks that I think I'm going to bring back to my practice. So
interesting.
Yeah.
So why specifically haven't you focused around the eye in the past?
So realistically, as far as aesthetics goes, it's not one of the more popular procedures because there's not much out there about it.
Okay.
The people that are speaking about it are the oculoplastic people or the really advanced injectors in the country, and unless you have access to them via one of these conferences or a continuing educational piece, that information is kind of lost. Or you're picking through different research papers and you're trying to glean one tip on how to do it, but realistically, nothing is, to me, as far as learning goes, nothing is as good as having someone in front of you showing you their technique or discussing their exact technique and the pitfalls related to it. So,
interesting. And speaking of that, not having people around you and having this be an opportunity, what do you like specifically about conferences in general?
So I love coming to different conferences because it's an awesome way to sort of meet different people in the industry. So this is a great industry where I really do feel like there's a lot of camaraderie. Yes, there's competition as far as who's doing what, but realistically, all of the doctors and the mid-levels that I've met here have been super helpful. And it's kind of just sharing your knowledge because it's really about patient safety and good outcomes. And realistically, that's what I'm seeing here. A lot of doctors that are dedicated to making this field better, making aesthetics better, giving aesthetics a better name, and making us all better at what we do.
Yeah, it's a good community. And so more than just going to the talks and learning there, it's also an opportunity to have everybody in one space where they can
have
talk
one-on-one
to each other.
conversations. And there is Dr. Paul Nassif here. Do you know who that is?
I do. Like I definitely do.
I haven't met him yet, but I've been skulking around waiting for him to get out of his lecture. He's from the TV show Botched.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a big E fan, so I watch that show all the time. So I'm just waiting for my chance to bombard him and take a selfie. So.
He's definitely around here. I've seen him a couple times.
He's actually, I think he's speaking right now. Sorry, Dr. Nassif, but I'm going to find him and get a selfie.
Anyway, speaking of conferences and being here at Global Aesthetics in Miami, this is new for me. My first time in Miami. I love it. But
it's your first time?
It's my first time in Miami,
Oh,
yes.
wow. Welcome.
But you're from pretty close to here. Well, not from, but you live pretty close here.
I live very close. I live about 15 minutes away, so I'm not staying at the hotel for the conference, but
it's nice,
I moved here a year ago from Connecticut. So huge difference.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah.
What was the reason for the change?
My whole life I always wanted warmer weather and just a different kind of change in pace.
Yeah.
And I finally just got the courage to do it when I was tired of the cold and the snow. And I'm here now. And I want to say this weekend it is 48 degrees, 50 degrees back home. And it's 85, sunny, beautiful.
85
in Miami,
degrees,
so
beautiful. The beach
complain.
is right out there.
It's right there.
Wish you could see it, but
this is the beautiful season in Miami. Everyone warned me about the summer, and the summers here are brutal, very humid, very hot. You kind of walk into the air, but I still prefer that over 3 feet of snow.
Is it humid in Connecticut?
It does get humid in the summer.
Okay, so you're used to at least a little bit of that?
A little bit. Yeah. So in Connecticut, I like to say the weather it's cold from October until May.
Cold. Okay.
My version of cold. 48, 50, to me that's cold. So it's cold for about 10 months out of the year, and then it gets very hot and humid. So
my version of cold is 63.
Okay.
We're from California, so.
And in Connecticut, it gets below zero. It's snowing 3 or 4 feet. It's a lot to deal with, and now I'm just worried about the sand on my feet. And not the snow on my
bummer.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that's all I have so thanks so much for sitting down with me today.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
All right.
Take care.